It's about to start. All right, we're going live. Okay, hi everyone. This is Feel Good Friday, so we're just starting off a little bit early today, but we are super excited for being here today and making you feel good. My name's Kerry and this is Michelle. We got a great little presentation for you today. You know, it's like beach time's coming up and everyone wants to start getting excited about going outside and getting in the sand, but just maybe changing some things in your environment will help shift your energy. So I'll let Michelle talk and then I'll be back.
Thanks, Kerry. Yeah, so as Kerry mentioned, beaches are opening, which is super exciting. I happen to be at the beach right now. And I thought that I might talk today about putting together a little centerpiece. And I have a couple examples for things that we've collected at the shore that will represent maybe some memories that you've made with your kids, and also just a way to fill a container. I get asked this a lot as an interior designer. People ask me, what can I use this container for? And it might be a really great looking vessel. What can I leave it? Should I fill it with something? And I always tell my clients, if you can, switch it up seasonally. So now that we're entering, summer, I like to fill a container with something that represents summer to me. So I have a couple examples here for you. And one thing I love to do, and I love to do this when my kids were younger, and I love to do this now even just as I'm out walking along the beach, I like to collect shells, right? We all love to pick up shells, and I love to go for the ones that look really unique and are like, crazy shapes and colors. And then what I like to do, and I'm just showing you how I'm going to build this right now. So this is just an example of a centerpiece. This is just a low, long vessel that you could put on a coffee table or a smaller dining table. And what I like to do is start with one layer. So in this case, I'm going to start with the seashells. So you can see I have some pretty shells here. So the shells, are the first layer. And then on top of that, you might add like a little bit of seagrass or something like that in there, or some little coral fans. Some dried leaves are really pretty as fillers. I even have a couple little pine cones because where we are, they're kind of plentiful. And then I'm going to take, I have some dried like fruit type thing. You can put a little bit of fruit in there, and some woven balls also work really well. And again, I'm trying to just sort of build it, layer it, and then put in some larger ones on top. And all of this stuff is very natural because I like for my arrangements to be borrowed from nature. So I'm bringing the outdoors in. And again, every time you look at it, you're going to remember collecting the shells. And it's something fun you can do with the kids, just build it together. I like to get the kids involved in these little projects. And if it is natural, it just has a tendency to be more tasteful, definitely. I have one more example here. This is a smaller vessel. This would look great on a shelf or again on an end table or smaller coffee table. And you could use a little bit of potpourri if you want. Again, this one happens to have pine cones. This is also great for the fall, this type of arrangement here. Some dried fruit looks great, again, organic. And even the little vessel itself is just sort of this little woven rattan container. So that is another example.
So the first one, if you can pick the first one up and like stand up so we could see it.
Yes, I sure will. So let me just show you.
Then are you finding the stuff outside?
Yes. So these shells I just collected a couple days ago, walking along the beach. And in some of these shells, like this little one here, we've actually had, we have these here at the house. The kids collected these a couple years ago. So I like to rotate my things also, but so here's an example of the vessel. It's a metal vessel, and then on the bottom are the shells, the first layer. So I can show you again. We're just putting the shells in first, like that. And then the balls, you can find, I think we found these at Home Goods, places like that have these little balls. The woven ones are great too. So you're combining things that, you found outside, like the shells or the pine cones, and maybe some store-bought things as well, like the balls and maybe a little potpourri, something like that. And you're just layering it, and, just something like that. And so again, they're natural colors, they work with everything. And it's a way to just fill that vessel so it's not empty, but it's filled with something tasteful and meaningful for you.
Yeah, that was nice.
Yeah, thank you.
I do.
Another great thing with seashells that you find, we have a couple of these around too, is you can make your own picture frames with the shells and a hot glue gun. So I do have an example of that as well. So you can get like just a kind of generic frame, and then again layering your shell. Like this one has tiny shells around the inside border, and then some larger ones. We're missing one right here. We have to replace that. But yeah, and then we'll get a picture in there. But that's another fun project that you could get the kids involved in. I actually have one more. This is a
kids definitely.
Yeah, this is a
occupied.
Right. And this is a glass vessel here, this little, so it's like almost like a little fish bowl. And in it, we have some stones. Again, this is, all right, you can see these little stones, natural materials, some larger seashells, right? I even have a starfish. And I get asked this question a lot too. What should I put inside a container like this, or what should I do with a candle? And this could go right in the center, and the shells kind of frame it out. So again, another fun. This one actually rests on a little metal fish, but this could sit right on a table, and you've got just another cute little, or counter. Just a cute little accent piece with materials that you have found outside, and that again you can get the kids involved in collecting, and it makes it a fun little family project.
Yeah, that's a great project, especially because kids love finding stuff, right?
They do.
Treasure hunt. So then they can go on a treasure hunt, and then when you put it together, they're super excited because they see that they actually made something in the house. You know what I mean?
Right. Exactly.
Part of the home, and just making everything feel good in your home because they're like, I made that, so it gets them excited.
Exactly. Yes. Then it becomes something too that you can treasure as they get older, and you still have all of those mementos that they have found, or that you have found together. And then they're not just sitting in a random box somewhere. You can actually create something with them that you can display for years to come.
And that's good. That's a good time right now to just kind of look around your house, and maybe you just have a plain picture frame instead of going out and buying the frame, you know what I mean? But then you want to spruce it up with like what they have found. So this is a good way for you to kind of repurpose maybe some of the things you have that may be empty laying around, and then you can have a fun day on the beach, and then bring everything back when you get home, and the next day you have a craft, or you have a craft during the week. that you
Mhm.
can apply when the kids are like bored or they need something else to do to occupy their time, or if it's a cold day, then these are kinds of things you can do inside to make them feel good.
Yeah, absolutely. Right. Exactly. Another material that I like to use dried flowers. So if you have a hydrangea bush or something like that outside, you can bring those in, let them dry out, and they make great fillers as well for arrangements and centerpieces.
Yeah, that's a
Because I
great
get
idea.
I get asked that question a lot. What should I put in, this container? And again, I always go to natural, organic materials because they remind us of something special, but they also look really tasteful. And as they fade, as the colors fade, they just develop this really warm kind of patina, if you will, that again works with everything.
Yeah, I love organic stuff, in general, just like going out in nature and finding something because it is like little treasures, right?
Right, exactly. Yes.
So awesome.
Little bits of creation.
Yes, I love being creative. And I know kids love being creative. And like I said, that energy that you're creating in your home right now is going to make them feel good about, building and creating and working with their hands, and then they're using their heart a lot, because I always say your hands are extensions of your heart. So anything you make with your hands, you're putting that love into it, you're putting that creative juice into it. And since a lot of kids have been home, and now that the summertime is coming, this is a great idea just to keep them more busy and involved and creative, right? And letting them use their mind to expand and build things really is going to help everyone going forward. And like you said, you're going to have those memories for years to come.
Right, for
Awesome.
sure.
So this was like a good way of us just giving you little tips to help you help your family to be able to feel good, and also make your space feel good, right? So always remember that energy that you're putting in and that love that you're creating with making things. It's going to shift your family into a different perspective and a different emotional energy. And that is why we're doing these sessions, to let you be able to feel, right? Shift that feeling of not being enough or not knowing what's going to happen makes you feel stuck. When you're creating and you're in a different mindset of memories, of creating, of experience, of going out there and finding these elements of on earth with your kids, that's you creating, that's you building memories, that's you not being in the moment, but also shifting your energy into something positive, right? And that's what we want you to do, is to feel a different way in your family, in your space, and in your mind and in your body. Michelle, is there anything else that you want to add today?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I would just say, building on that, it's an opportunity for, a little bit of team building within your family, right? Because we all know that that helps to diffuse some of that tension that sometimes arises when we're all together so much. And also, it's an opportunity when we're out there and exploring nature to learn about different species and varieties of things that are all around us. So, and
Yes.
then ways that we can bring them in, bringing the outdoors in, bringing nature into our space, because again, that uplifts us.
Yes, so true. Yes, bringing something out from the inside in, and it just makes it part of your home, makes it feel warmer, makes it feel like a home, right? Like shifts your energy in
Right.
your home. Awesome. So if you have any questions, just leave it in the comments below. I'm so happy that everyone came and was like hanging out with us. If you're just jumping on, rewind and go through. Michelle had some great tips for you and your family to be able to create a little magic this year, when you're at the beach and you're out there. It's like exploring, like kids love that. Kids used to love Dora the Explorer. It's kind of like get your little backpack on, get your little baggies, get out there and go hunt around, use your stick and find some treasures out there. So we hope this episode helped you on Feel Good Friday. If, like I said, if you have any questions and I would love for you to subscribe so that you won't miss any of these great little episodes we have for you in 2020. We want you to shift your energy into a healthy, happy mindset, right? So we're going to be saying goodbye. Thank you again for coming and listening to us. Have a great day. Mwah.
Thank you. Bye. Thank you.